John, you like winning football matches. You've just won your last pre-season game. I guess a lot of things in that game will stand you in good stead for the big kick-off next weekend. How pleased are you?
I was pleased we won the game. Disappointed. We had little patches where we hit a flat spot about half an hour into the game. We were excellent at the start. Dominant, got on top of them, made chances, scored a good goal. And then we lost our way a little bit, and they came into the game, and maybe they woke up, I don't know. But and then for the first 10 minutes of the second half, they battered us. You know, they were like the red arrows, and they committed a lot of men forwards, which in a league game I don't think they'd do. And then we had to adjust, and we did. And then for the last half an hour, we pretty much nullified them. So it was pleasing that we were able to adapt to a different system and come up with it.
You've had some impressive pre-season performances and results. How different is a League One game against Gillingham going to be to what you've encountered already?
It'll be unbelievably different, and you know, all we can do is try and prepare the best way. We've got someone down there watching them today, and we'll do our best to come up with a formula and a plan that will mean we can beat them.
You've got the basis of the squad that you had last year, a few additions. How strong do you feel that is going into the start of the season, and how much do you feel you need to do?
I think we need to bring in still 3 or 4 players. I've been frustrated in my attempts to bring a goalkeeper in this week, and hopefully I'll get that over the line by Monday or Tuesday. I need to bring another defender in and possibly 2 strikers, so maybe 3 or 4. But you know, it's we have got a good squad here, and you know, I think the lads who came on today showed it. I thought they did really well, all the lads who came on today. So yeah, it was good.
Do you look in your dressing room and see that everybody physically is ready to play in terms of the pre-season preparation?
They've worked really hard in pre-season, you know, and you know, it's been no secret that's been really hot for the last five weeks. So you have to temper what you're doing there. You know, you don't want to overexert them. But they haven't complained. They've worked the socks off, and hopefully it stands us in good stead for the long hard season that we're going to have ahead of us.
In terms of recruitment, are we on to going down the list and going to 3, 4, 5 players, or are you still chasing targets and waiting for the green light?
Well, I think they used to call me the Mountie. I always get me man. So I can be quite stubborn in the transfer market. So if I earmark a player, I don't tend to rest till again.
And in terms of the squad you've assembled, with the window looming, with the deadline looming, sorry, is it inevitable that people will still be looking at your players? Are you confident you'll keep the squad together?
Well, I couldn't say with any certainty I'll keep the squad together, because bids are coming in, and they're nearing the figures that we should be getting for our players. So you know, everyone's got the price, and if the bids come in that match that price, you know, we can't be turning down money that could change the whole course of the club's history. And the big priority for us now is getting the training ground. And once that's done, we can not rest on our laurels, but we can be safe in the knowledge that we're now competing on the same level as other teams, because we're not at the moment. And the sooner we get our own base, somewhere we can train and be proud of, and spend the time that we've got allocated to train, spend it to the best of our ability, which at this moment in time we're not able to do.
Is it a bit of a bittersweet situation that you're finally getting bids of what you value your players at after all these years, but ultimately that means you might lose them?
Listen, that's the nature of the game, isn't it? You know, if you don't want your players to attract interest, don't let them play well. I'm sure Liverpool have their hands full keeping hold of Mo Salah this season, so it's not just us, it's everybody, isn't it?
There's been a lot of talk about Caden Jackson, of course. We won't have that conversation again. Are we talking principally about him, or is it elsewhere in the squad where admiring glances are being diverted?
We've had inquiries about 5 or 6 of our players. At this moment in time, we managed to keep hold of them, but it's, I wasn't moving out the window for the people who think that that's a tell. You know, I was looking at the light blue kid that went out. I just thought it was Jimmy. No, we've had bids for 5 or 6, and at this moment in time, they haven't reached the valuation that we put on them, which we are now talking about proper transfer fees and not being mugged as we have been in the past.